AI is like teenage sex. You guys are all talking about it, I'm talking about it, the whole world's talking about it, and if you're on social media or LinkedIn, everyone's having this hype cycle of AI, but the reality is, it's true. A lot of people are talking about it, not many people are doing it that well, and those that are doing it really well, anybody doing it well, are not telling you about it. And look, don't shoot me, like this is a provocative statement, it's designed to get your attention, but the reality is if you baseline this and go, okay, actually, who is leading the way in removing tedious work from people's day jobs so they can be better fulfilled, have a better work-life balance? They're really not talking about a whole heap because that is their competitive advantage. Right now, AI is an option. In the future, it will be mandatory. It will be something that has to happen to maintain a business going forward. If I need to read 300 pages of stuff just to get 1 page worth of insights, that is mundane and tedious. Is it not? I want the knowledge. I don't want the journey to necessarily get to the knowledge. That doesn't mean there's not value in the journey. It just means how do you balance that up? Did email take anyone's job? Really? Did the internet take anyone's job? Well, arguably, if you look at what the internet did to the economy, it fundamentally transformed the wealth position of the world. It connected 8 billion people together. And our mission is to free smart minds from tedious work. That's what this is all about. So there are 3 things that are important in business, right? And by this is my experience of the world. It doesn't mean it's totally factually correct or true, but there are 3 things that we see as materially important. Is to support growth, and how do we get bigger? How do we become more efficient? And how do we become less risky? So what is possible to help you do the work? Well, firstly, let's talk about AI for a second. We'll use the term generative AI. It's great at writing dad jokes, all that kind of stuff. It's very, very impressive technology. What you will have noticed is that the underpinning technology that powers ChatGPT is called a large language model. It's faster than your hands and eyes. It can type at 8,000 words per minute, which is pretty fast. It can even spell efficiency correctly. It's designed to work for you and augment your work, and it follows the rules that you give it. And this is when we get to the magic. If you had that, how would you make decisions? More time to focus on more stuff. But ultimately, the whole world moves faster at that point. Now, is that a good thing? Some would say no, some would say yes. And we call this organizational intelligence. It's the binding together of technology and a large language model, plus your data and your knowledge. AI that knows you, your business, your world, and it works for you. ChatGPT on steroids. So we go back to how we started this presentation in terms of what is work. And I think it's fair to say the definition of work from A to Gen Z is going to define and change over the course of the next 3 to 5 years, 100%. As human beings, I think we need to be malleable to what work is. We won't be as hyper-connected as we are. Of course, there is downside to some of these things. It's up to us in this room to shape that as we go. So I want to thank you and for your time and listening to my take on the world. I'm going to finish with a dance battle, if anybody wants to come and join me on stage. But I also think we've got some time for some questions as well. I think there's almost a different opportunity to that. And I will answer the question, but I want to frame it in a slightly different way. But the reality is, like, I am ripe for disruption. If I don't keep sharp, and we've got digital natives coming straight out of university that just get this stuff, you know, the ones that you were born and you were swiping from day one. So the opportunity is different. It's how do you bring that heat and go, I am valuable to this organization because I just get it better than you do. Business. And that's why you pay me the money, and that's why I've got the energy. So you bring the academic expertise. What's your sphere of influence? What's the biggest blast radius in a positive way you can create of going, guys, there's a better way. We can help growth, we can reduce our risk, and we'll be more efficient by spending $20 here. And that starts with things like note takers in meetings and auto-transcription and removing the tedious just for what you're currently doing. But don't try and change the world all in one go. Thanks, guys. Thank you.